Hello guys, it is Unders. Today we're going to have a little look at creating a sampled type sound but faking it. So, you know, if we get a piano instrument and we want it to have that sort of sampled feel, sampled off of vinyl for a hip hop track, for example, I'm going to show you a couple of little things you can do and a couple of things you can use to create that feeling, but maintain the sample is one, authentic and always yours, and you no longer have to worry about things like copyright law and sample rights and all of that jazz because you made the music, but you're going to maintain that feel. So let's check it out. First thing we're going to do, I'm going to go into complete control here and grab a Rhodes sound. I'm going to use, do you know what? I'm going to use the Waves ones because we're going to use some other Waves plugins. So let's grab the Electric 88 and we're going to choose a preset. We're going to go Dark Mellow. All right, where that loaded up there, I just added a few plugins to the chain as well, and they are going to be part of our sound creation. I'll explain why we're using them. So let's grab a BPM that's going to be suitable for hip hop. Let's go for 88 because we love 88 BPM. And let's have some chords, and we'll do them the lazy way today. All right, so we've got some chords laid down here, just using the Electric 88. And now we want to sort of create more of that feel that it's going to be coming from a vinyl, that we've sampled it. So a lot of the records that you'll be looking to sample from like 60s, 70s, 80s were all recorded onto tape before they went to vinyl. So generally you're going to want to apply sort of that bit of compression, that sort of tape type sound before we get any sort of vinyl effect and distortion and changes to the tonality. What I've done is uploaded a little tape plugin here. This is the J37, it's another Waves plugin. And the reason I've grabbed this one is it's just a really nice tape plugin. I've got a couple of others. I'd personally recommend like the Slate VTM. You can even use IK Multimedia Sat X. That's got a couple of tape options on it. In terms of freebies, I've honestly never found a really great freebie tape option. There might be one out there. If there is, throw it in the comments down below. I will happily link it up for you guys. So the first thing you want to do with this is sort of gain stage it as if you're taking it off of vinyl. So it's not going to be crushed at any point. It will have some headroom with it. And when it's gone onto the tape, it would have been like that because vinyl cannot take a seriously over-compressed signal like we might get today. Digital format, that's fine. In vinyl terms, it would skip the needle. So we need to leave some headroom and make sure it's moving around and not slam it into the tape too hard, but we want to get some of the tape effect on it. Now, I find with the J37, if you can get it around sort of the 7.5, so right around here, that's like the magic spot for then swapping the formulas. Just for me, you might find something different. Cool, so we're going to control this a little more and we're going to do it the lazy way because we're going to presume this was played. We could control it using velocities and MIDI. We're going to drop a compressor in because we're lazy and that's what we're going to do today, and it's going to help us out with our sound. We could use a vintage compressor. In fact, why not? Grab Waves' LA2A, which is somewhere in here. So we've got some vintage compression going on. We've got some tape sound going in. Now, I've loaded up another two plugins here. We've got Abbey Road vinyl and we've also got the Isotope vinyl. The reason this guy's in here, this is a freebie. So if you're broke as hell and still want to achieve this sound, you can grab this guy and do it. And then you can use the free Rhodes and the free compressor and everything that's inside Logic already. And what we're going to do here is we're going to use this to sort of fake the sound of vinyl. So if we engage it, we've got a bunch of sliders here and they bring in different features of vinyl. We're going to balance it to what we want, and what we don't want we can remove, thus giving us that perfect sampled feel. So if we bring mechanical noise in, for example, we get some horrendous mechanical noise, but it gives us that wonderful top end that we like to have in vinyl. So let's introduce a bit of that just so it's tickling the ears a bit. Now when we play it back, that will kind of disappear. Yeah, so it's being swallowed up by the actual sound. But we also want to have a little bit of electrical noise in there maybe as well. Yeah. And as well, there's quite often that sort of feeling of dust on a vinyl record. Now dust has an amount switch. We're not necessarily going to want it boosted right up here. We're going to do this to taste. Now we're not going to put any scratches in because that's just not going to be what we're after, and we don't want any warp in either. We want the sample to be like it's a good quality sample. Now what sort of vinyl did we take it off? Was it a 33, a 45 or a 78? We're going to leave it at 33 for the time being. It's not going to be a 2000 vinyl though. We sampled this from the 1970s. No, we sampled it from the 60s, and this is going to adjust the overall profile of how it sounds. Yeah, we could change it to 70s if we don't like it. Yeah, between 60s and 70s we're getting our bass back. But if you want to have your bass line separate, 1960s might help you out better, and you can put your nice big sine bass in there. Super useful. We can do similar things with Abbey Road, but it's designed to be a specific vinyl table. It is the cutting press vinyl from Abbey Road Studios. And save me setting up, we will go into the presets. Now similar to this, we've got like crackle, noise, clicks that we can all introduce. So now this has a really nice crackle. You can really get that sort of like vinyl feel coming into it. And we can apply noise as well. Tape will probably take care of that for you. So the reason you've got noise there as an introduction is you do get mechanical noise from vinyl, but as well it was recorded to tape. Tape is noisy, it's a reason it's there. So we can use that to create our sound as well. We can add loads of clicks if we want and give them some level. Yeah, so we've got pops and clicks going off as well if you really want to degrade your sample. Fab. Let me just throw a break in there real quick and we can just have a listen to what we've created, and we'll take the effects off and then reintroduce them. We can hear what we've got going on. Alright, so we've thrown some drums in. Let's make this a naked sound. So originally we had this, which is the 88 keys from Waves, which is sample roads effectively, which loads into NKS, which is why we grabbed that. So I'll just let it play for these first 4 bars and then I'll bring the effects back in and we can hear the difference. Cool, and I use this sort of effect all the time because all of the beats that I produce where I want to have this sampled type feeling, and we have to work into this and do a bit more to it. I'm just showing you some of the tools that I use. In fact, let's load up a beat and I'll show you. Alright, so here we are. I've opened up a beat. This is called Cry For You. I wanted to go for like a Wu-Tang style feel thing. It's got a hook and a cappella on it. But what's important here is I'm just showing you how I use the Abbey Road to make the sampled type feel going on. So it sounds like this. The beat will drop on the Warrior Sound channel in like the next week or something like that. Keep an eye out for it. Now I've not used the tape sound on here. I have instead, before the vinyl, got the Greg Wells piano centric, and that does like a bit of compression and feel, so I didn't feel like I needed the tape sound on this particular one. I have, however, rolled out some of the low end and boosted it similar to the sort of like profile you might get, and then it's gone into the Greg Wells. But more importantly, it's landing here on the Abbey Roads as well, and that's adding a load of tonality that gives it that sampled feel. You can see on my meters at the bottom, it's popping and clicking still. They're up past the 60 decibel. I think maybe comes up to -45. Probably can't really hear it while I'm talking, but if I'm silent, you might catch it for a second. Yeah, ever so slightly there. So what we can do is just take these bits off and have a listen to the sound we've got. The sound, by the way, is dun 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 dun, drum roll. It's from the Scarabee Library Vintage Keys. It's probably a preset, Breakfast in NY. Yeah, so that's how that sounds. And then if we bring these guys back in, yeah, there's loads of phasing going on. You can feel the vinyl that happening. Let's disable the vinyl. Yeah, it's subtle, but it's giving it that feel, that like sampled feel. When we combine it in with the keys layer, I've got my chords and keys separate. Yeah, it's just working and giving it that feel that we wanted. I've also done a little bit of what I said on the drums. I've run the drums into the J37 tape, and we've got an SSL, a G-bus going on there. So again, we've gone to like what they probably would have gone through originally, and we're using drum samples just to get that sampled feel, that smack, that bit of tape feel. And then we just get it all working together. Awesome, so I hope this video was helpful for you. I hope it gave you some ideas, some creative thoughts, maybe even pointed you at some tools you would use. I know that isotope vinyl, that's going to be helpful. So if the video was helpful for you guys, you enjoyed it, you liked the beat, whatever it is, please throw me a thumbs up on the channel. If you hated the video and I didn't help you, throw a thumbs down, never come watch me again. That's cool, I'm fine with that as well. If you find the videos like this helpful, please throw a subscribe on the channel. That helps me out massively in creating more content for you guys. Got any questions? Throw it down below. If you found a decent free tape plugin you think I should link people up with, throw that down below as well. I will try my best to remember to throw it in the descriptions. Thank you very much guys, see you again soon.